I got zero chance of winning this.
Don't say that. It's not true.
It is true.
It is not. I believe. See, in my alliance panel, you are my allied. So that means I believe you win. That's what it is.
He's gonna crush me like a
smashed potato.
No.
How is he gonna?
He's gonna have a jackhammer and freaking crack the coconut with it. That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna split my head wide open. This is too good, man. I'm telling you. I've just played him so many times. His micro is just as on par with He-Man and Goblin. He doesn't miss a beat with anything. I guarantee you.
Goblin doesn't have good micro.
One or two more PNs than me.
Goblin doesn't have good micro. What are you talking about? The only reason Goblin wins games is because he has good macro, but micro, no.
He's always getting the micro. Means he has his peons out every on cue every time. Every time it's like clockwork. Ding peon, ding peon, ding peon.
Yeah, it's not micro.
That's micro.
No, it's macro. If you basically think big economy equals macro. Micro is actually when you start to manage your units and fight. You know, it's like players that tend to rely on speed a lot tend to have very good macro games, so they tend to make a lot of peons. They tend to basically be very fast at the game overall.
Green Goblin, he's got freaking 10,000 units everywhere. 1 minute in the game, he's got 8. He's got 8 peons. And I only have like 4.
And that's exactly that. And that's being good at macro and speed, but the micro part...
That's what I said, he's got a great micro game, and now you're arguing with me.
No. That being good at micro is not being good at... Oh my god. Why are these two words so close to each other? Why is it so similar? Basically, macro is Goblin. Micro is Braviet. And both is U8. Alright? But if you look at Braviet play, you will know he's not a macro player. Because he always micromanage everything. Like, he always uses his units, he always uses choke points, he always micromanage everything. And that's why you know it's a micro player, because he's gonna use the units that have the most spells, he's gonna micro the stuff all the time. A macro player, he takes the big picture of the game, and that's how he plays. Like, he's gonna make a lot of peons, he's gonna try and get the most larger army possible, and he's gonna try to overwhelm you with number. And that's what a macro player does, like a Goblin, for example. He just makes tons of peons, and once he has the strongest economy possible, he just spams knights and you know, he makes a lot of units. Doesn't mean he can't use mages and stuff, but it just means that it's on top of the cake. Like, the most important part of his gameplay is playing the macro game. You're actually a blend. I don't know, because sometimes you play very macro. Like, your late game is a macro late game, because you never use units. Like, you barely ever, you use them sometimes, but you barely ever used. You don't overuse, that's for sure, mages and stuff like that. You mostly spam ogres and lost when you come to late game, and that's a problem on certain maps where you end up losing because you just make ogres and you needed to switch to something else. And some maps it's not good enough. But yeah, overall you're more of a blend of the two. So you do have good micro sometimes. But I would still say that you're a macro player as well, because you tend to favor your economy more than macro manage your stuff all the time. I like what you did though. I like your strategy right there. It's smart. I think that's the best from that side. But there is a but.
Yeah, but I'm gonna die.
No, you don't. It's not that you're gonna die. It's just that you're very No, you're not scouting. You're not pressuring that much. But that's okay in that case. But I guess it's okay in that regard so far. But it's what it is. Hit P faster, yeah. See for real. It's all about hitting that P button. That's why one of my first advice to new players is to bind your holes to 0, 9 and 8 and have them close to your P button. So that you can do 0P, 9P and 8P all the time if you have 3 or 4 holes. Just to make sure you can reselect your hole and make peon without moving your camera. It's one of the way to make sure you always have peons producing. Alright. I should be muted on Discord, let me check that out really quickly. Make sure that he can't hear me. No, perfect. Alright. Lots of grunts are gonna be found here, and we're gonna have a choke with knights already from Lost One. And a sapper, a Gnomish Inventor here. I like the Gnomish Inventor addition here, why not? But Last is gonna be a stretch. It's gonna be a stretch to get to Last there. We'll see if he can manage. The Cannon Tower is gonna be defending here. It's gonna be it's gonna be tough to get to reach Last here, I think. A little bit tough. What do I like about that build? I don't know. Not sure if I like a lot. Like the one thing I like is he had the gold mine. Like he took this gold mine first, which I think is smart. The one thing I don't like is instead of building a little bit more on that side, he removed space away from that hole, which he could have had a little bit more on the right, had he planned a little bit more ahead of time. And the other thing I don't like is at the very beginning of the game, because he made so many grunts, instead of having them wait here, he should have actually tried to burst in, because that was a duel, and there's always a chance that the bottom side is gonna duel. That's a lot of knights to deal with. Losing the ogres is a bit of a problem. Oh! He went for decay. Uh-oh. But he was second to get to decay to mages. Oh no! Oh! Okay, no, it's good. Okay. Oh. Yeah, it's gonna be game.
Told you, no chance.
You actually, I think you could win, but you had to go in faster.
No, he's just too good, man. I'm telling you.
No, he played greedy. That's all that happened. He went for 2 holes, and if you actually, he had only 3 grunts to hold the choke point. If you had tried to burst in faster, you would have caught him, your pants down. So that would have worked.